Hey everyone, welcome to the Jack Films podcast. This is the first official episode of the podcast. I'm very excited to get started with this. Of course, I always have my dad as my partner in crime on this. How you going, Dad?
Yeah, I'm good, Jack. How are you going?
Good, we have a lot of things to discuss.
Yep, I've watched all the trailers. I think I'm up to speed with it all.
I'm really excited to get your thoughts after that short conversation we've had in the car.
Yep. No, the four trailers that you sent me to look at, I watched.
Yeah.
And they were pretty good. But I do have a few comments about some of them, yes.
Yes. And we'll definitely get to those because luckily our first topics are those trailers. But the first one we're going to talk about is, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. So, there we go. Oh, that image looks pretty good on the screen. But no, so the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer, I saw this before. You guys can check out my reaction to it if you want. I saw it when it came out for the Super Bowl. I did like the first teaser trailer, but I thought that something was not right, but I think that it was just the music. So this one nailed it. I think that this trailer was great. I think that James Gunn, once again, hitting us. I think that this one's going to be very, very, very sad. I think I'm super excited for this movie. Dad, what are your thoughts on Guardians?
It looks pretty good. I think it is going to be sad. Is this the last? Is that what they're...
Well, they've said that... You're going to remember too, we're going to talk about this a little later, but James Gunn is going to be the CEO of DC. So I think that this is going to be his last film, and I won't be surprised if most of the Guardians, especially the ones like Dave Bautista and stuff like that, are going to be killed off.
So James Gunn, does he direct Guardians, does he?
Yeah, he does Guardians. He did some other films, like he did the Suicide Squad, the soft reboot for the Suicide Squad. And he wrote co-wrote the first two Scooby-Doos. So, yeah, I think that he always has that weird humour that we come to expect with the Guardians and stuff.
Yeah, right. It is weird humour.
Yeah, like, especially...
I don't know what girl you fell in love with, but it was me.
Yeah. It's like, sounds more like her. Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off.
Yeah. Sorry, I just didn't realise how black your eyes were. But no, I think that this film, I think it's going to be really good. I think I'm curious to see how they're going to, because I won't be surprised if they're going to do something with them in Secret Wars. I can't imagine they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because, like, they would need them for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, because, like, yeah, sure, you are getting Sam Wilson back and stuff like that, but I think that you would have to have the Guardians in there for something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it looked like a good movie. I don't know, like Drax, I don't know, does he get shot or something, does he? He's got a big hole in his chest at one point through the trailer.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if he does get killed, because Dave Bautista even said something like, I'm still going to keep my physique for movies, but I don't want to be in superhero physique.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that he will be gone. I think as we see in the trailer, there's some tragic stuff that we're going to get for Rocket.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Does he have a little brother or something, or are they chemically engineering or something?
I think from what I've heard is that it's I think it's his girlfriend. I don't know how they explain that, but I think that it is a girlfriend.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, who's the dog? Has he been in every Guardians?
No, he was in the holiday special.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember that. But
yeah,
but that's the first one that he's been in.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because they didn't explain where they got Cosmo, so I don't really know what they're going to do with that, because, like, we got introduced to Mantis and stuff in Guardians 2, so I don't know what they're going to do to explain Cosmo. I think that we're at a point now with the Marvel movies where it's just like, they're just trying to adapt stuff from the comics, and they don't really explain it. They just go like, yeah, it's from the comics. We don't really need to explain it to the audience.
Yeah, okay.
So
Seems a bit weird that they can just drop characters in and out.
Yeah, like that is a little weird, but it's one of those things where it's like for the small bit that Cosmo got to do in the holiday special, he was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is
God,
here.
Sebastian Buddy. If you guys don't know, Sebastian Buddy loves that holiday special. And God.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go Comic-Con. But no, I think Game Street looks good. I'm curious to see what's the ending's going to be, because this movie's going to do very well, but I think once you get to the Marvels, that's where it has big shoes to fill, because recently the Marvel movies have not been doing well with audiences.
Haven't they?
No.
Really?
No. Which we're going to have a topic a little later about Phase 4, but I think that it's just one of those things where it's just like they've came out with Ant-Man and everyone is still divided on them. And
did you see Ant-Man?
Yeah, I saw Ant-Man twice. It's really good. I think it's better than what a lot of people think. This might be controversial, but I think I like it more than the first one, but I don't think I like it more than the second.
The second one was Ant-Man and Wasp, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one just, I think, nails with the humor a little bit more. But no, I think I'm curious to see what they do with this, because I think this one's definitely going to be a hit, because this one's going to be James Gunn's last hurrah for Marvel before he goes to do DC. So I'm curious to see what it's about.
Well, hopefully it'll be good. I mean, it seems like a good movie. I mean, but all of the Guardians have been good, I reckon. They've always been a bit of fun.
Yeah, I think every time that they show up, you just can't not laugh.
No.
Like seeing Rubber Band Man in Infinity War. No one's there but the Rubber Band Man.
I can't remember that. Anyway.
When they first show up and it's like space. That was before Thor lands on the bloody Milano.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I can't remember that.
No, it's hilarious. But, no, so it's going to be good. I'm excited to see what James Gunn's going to do with this last Marvel movie that he has under his belt. But speaking of James Gunn, he's going to take over DC's, and which leading into DC, our next trailer is, of course, The Flash, which is my most anticipated movie for this year. I cannot wait for this movie. I think that this movie looks really, really good. I'm excited to explore the multiverse with this movie. I think that this is going to be their, I guess, better multiverse of madness for DC.
Is this the thing that they're going to run into, though, where they you've got James Gunn, who was Marvel, now he's going to DC. Are they all going to become very similar?
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to the DC stuff, but I don't think so. But I think that there has been a few criticisms with DC and how dark they are.
Yep.
Because there's been a lot of criticisms that, like, Superman is not a dark character. They want more... Not this level of effects, obviously, but, like, they want more the Christopher Reeve or Brennan Ralph Superman.
Yeah, right, okay.
Than the dark Superman.
Yeah.
And that's what we would have thought that we would go at the end of Black Adam, but because they didn't follow through with... because James Gunn didn't want to carry over Cavill, I think that it's going to be a more light-hearted with a different actor.
Yeah, right, okay. So, well, I mean, talking about this Flash, like, I watched that trailer, and I think it's dark. It's going to be a dark movie. I mean, not... It's just...
It's more light than the other DC movies.
In what regard, though? Like, I think it's got a bit of a dark story to it.
Yeah. Like, Batman vs. Superman was pretty dark.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember.
Don't worry, it was a 3-hour long movie.
Yeah, it runs in. They all run into each other after a while.
Yeah, but no, I think that this one, I don't know if I'm excited because of the Flash, even though that I'm really excited to see the Flash in this movie. I don't know. I think I'm more excited for Keaton and Affleck.
Yeah.
Because the fact that we have Keaton coming back, and I don't think this is going to be his last one. I could be mistaken, but I don't think it is. But I know that Affleck, this is going to be his last one.
Yeah, but is Affleck actually Batman in this?
Yes, yeah. So we saw. So yesterday when we saw Shazam, we did actually get this trailer, and no, so we saw Affleck on the bike.
Oh, that was Affleck, was it?
Yeah, with the two wheels.
Yeah, that's his bike, is it?
Yep. And we saw when they were doing the different flashes of the characters, there's a bit where we saw Affleck grappling onto something with the blue and grey costume on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in this. Like, he's in this for not long, but he is going to be in it for a bit.
And it's Keating
Yeah.
at the end there where he goes, "What are we going to do about man?"
Yeah. We try not to die. Yeah. One of the fucking best lines in that trailer. Man. But, no, I'm curious to what they're going to do with the multiverse in this movie because, like, I'm curious if, like, I don't know if Melissa Benoist is going to make a cameo or what, but because the fact that they didn't have her as Supergirl.
Is she the one that plays Supergirl on the TV series?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
But Sasha Calle, I think she's going to do alright, Supergirl. I don't know. Like, for me, times as I've seen the show, I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if I was disappointed in the fact that it wasn't Melissa, but I think that Melissa's going to make some sort of a cameo. Because even if you're not. Because I won't be surprised if Grant Gustin makes a cameo.
Who's he?
The CW Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I won't be surprised if he makes a cameo because there have been reports that he's going to make a cameo in this. So I think the CW's going to make a cameo, whether you have Stephen Amell there, or you have Melissa, or you have Grant there. I think that there have been reports that apparently you are going to get Nicolas Cage.
Yep. As what?
Superman.
Great.
Ba, 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 ba.
I don't know how that's going to go. I mean, I like Nick Cage in a lot of movies, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd go that well at playing.
Because he's a big Superman fan. Like, he literally names one of his kids, I think, Kal-El.
Yeah, right.
Which is Superman's alien name.
Yeah, okay.
Because you get, at the beginning, you get Kal-El, but then when he gets to Earth, you get Clark Kent.
Yeah. That's when he gets to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think that I don't know how well it would have been done. I do want to watch the documentary that's on YouTube, The Death of Superman Lives, which covers the whole Superman Lives movie with Nick Cage and directed by Burton and stuff. So I do want to watch that to see what that was about. But I think The Flash is going to cover more than just the Keaton stuff. I won't be surprised. I don't think you're going to get major roles from other DC characters, but at least cameos.
Yeah, okay.
I think that I won't be surprised. Apparently, I've heard that Christopher Reeve is involved with this, and Adam West.
Christopher Reeve's dead, mate.
Which is really weird. They're dead. But I've heard that they're going to reuse stock footage, though.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Like what they're doing in Fast 10 with...
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just like that, but it's just like you go through the multiverse and you see Christopher Reeve, whether if it's the bit in the first movie where he's lifting off the helicopter or something.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I think they're going to try and find a way to green screen Flash into the background of that scene and then just kind of shoot around the scenes that they're already shot.
So does this movie, The Flash, does it go through the origin of Flash? Like, I don't know where this guy fits into the whole business.
This one's going to deal with the the backstory regard to his mother.
Yep.
And why his dad's in jail.
Yep.
Because his dad is in jail. You don't see him in Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman. You see him in both cuts of Justice League. He's in jail for the whole because people think that he murdered his mum.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's what it says in this thing. He's going back into that particular...
he's going to the Keaton-verse to get his mum.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So, I think that something's going to happen there. I don't know if... Again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I think that something with going to Keaton is going to somehow get his mum, or I won't be surprised if he stays there at the end of that movie.
Yeah, okay.
Because they did bring back Ezra Miller for some additional shooting, so I won't be surprised if he stays there, and then that's how you explain the mid-credits scene of everything's reset. You get a new Flash, you get a new Batman, you get a new Superman.
Yep.
So, because, not to get in this now, but Ezra Miller is in jail. So,
Beauty.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that whole conversation. That's a long story.
Yeah.
But, no, I think that this looks good. I was very excited for this movie anyway, but I think that this movie really gets me excited to see what happens to the DC movies going forward, because I think Blue Beetle and Aquaman, since this movie's resetting everything, and Blue Beetle and Aquaman coming out this year, I think that I won't be surprised if they'll stay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with this. I'm excited to see The Flash, of course, my most anticipated movie of the year. So, next up, we're going to have a bit to say about this one, is, of course, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always. I'm really excited for this movie. This special. If you ask me at the beginning of the year, going like, oh, Jack, are you excited for the reunion for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? I'll be like, yeah, I'll be excited when there's a trailer. So, we got the behind-the-scenes feature a while ago, and that looks really good. Just the fact that we'll get into some of the things that they point out in that in a minute. But I think that the trailer looks really good. They've upgraded from the original series.
I beg to differ.
I think this is where we're going to have the fucking debate. So, if you guys want to fucking debate, this is the fucking part to clip out. So, Dad, give me your thoughts on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always.
Well, it hasn't changed, Jack. Yes, it's clearer footage.
Yeah.
It's still, I reckon it's still a B grade show, mate. It's never been a great show. I mean, they wear these helmets. Their mouth doesn't move.
No, but that's kind of the point of them.
Well, no, I think that's...
It's like the Iron Man mask. The mouth doesn't move on the Iron Man mask.
No, it doesn't, but at least his thing goes up and down and he can see his face. Okay, these things here are just... Yeah, no, but I've never liked the Power Rangers. So I've probably gone into it with preconceived ideas.
Yeah.
And when I watched the trailer, I went, yeah, no, that hasn't changed, Jack. No way.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can like this stuff.
Won't be surprised, because the thing is too about this trailer is that you get things that you never got in the series. Like, you get this Megazord's actually CGI compared to the costume that they had, which I think looks way better having it CGI than a costume. It looks less campy. But I think that the sweeping shots and stuff that we never got in the original series, that alone should show you that this is an upgrade.
It is an upgrade. I'm not going to say it's not. As I said, the footage is clearer, but it's still pretty... I don't know. It's a bit of a joke to me. It's not a like where you got your Marvel stuff and your DC stuff. And as much as I would prefer Marvel over DC.
Sure.
But I've got to say I like DC over Power Rangers, mate, because it's just, I don't know. It's a coming of age thing. They've never come of age. We're now in You know.
Well, they are. They're older.
23, mate.
They're
older, but whoever wrote it, and you got that little robot-y thing that
Alpha 5. Aye.
Yeah, it's just like he doesn't sound like Jarvis, does he?
No, but he's not meant to. It's not the same character.
Yeah, I know, but it's just I don't know. I just don't reckon the Power Rangers has come of age.
But it's like, not even the serious storyline didn't grab you? Like, Trini bloody dies at the beginning. She gets thrown off a cliff.
Who does?
Trini, the Yellow Ranger.
In this thing?
Yeah.
Was that on the trailer?
Yeah. There's only a quick shot of her, and then you hear her go no, and then the next shot is bloody Billy and Zach taking off their helmets, and all the Rangers looking over a cliff.
Yeah, right.
Not even that grabs you?
Nah. Sorry.
That is more serious than Power Rangers has ever been.
Yeah, possibly, but it's not. Yeah, no, it doesn't float my boat, I must say.
That is really bizarre, people. Like, come on. That, like, okay, so Power Rangers, I will agree, it's not great, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's a guilty pleasure for me. I grew up with Power Rangers. I watched them on Channel Go. They would plug 2 of those seasons all the bloody time, which is kind of ridiculous. And so when they came to Netflix, of course I would watch the seasons I would watch, but I would go back and watch the first series, and I think that the first time I watched the original series, I did agree it was a bit out there and slow at some parts and not great, but I think over time you kind of accept the cheesiness. It's kind of like you can compare the same thing, like we're going to talk about in a minute, but Ninja Turtles, you can compare it to Ninja Turtles and go like, yeah, these are crazy concepts and they make no sense, but
I don't know if it's not that they don't make sense. I mean, they've got a storyline, whether it's good or bad, but I don't know.
I think the storylines are good. I think it's just the effects from the original ones that don't.
Yeah, and now you don't do it any justice at all.
Yeah.
And they just use bizarre looking characters, I suppose. Like, I think their superhero suits are a bit. You can
say the same about Ninja Turtles. It's like, what the fuck is up with these turtles as ninjas going across rooftops and fighting a warthog and a rhino?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, they're still crazy characters. It's like, but like the fact that this is the first time that we're actually getting American footage, and I think that alone is exciting, because then you don't have to because I'm watching the original series at the moment, and there's times when you're just like, okay, there's the part where they get into the Zords, there's the part where they get into this, where the Megazord attaches, then they attach onto the Megazord, and then the Megazord attaches together and fights. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, when you get the Megazord, that is just cheesy as heck, but the part with the Zords where they're running in the trailer, it's meant to be a homage to the original series, not necessarily, this hasn't aged well. They're meant to do a homage.
Yeah, I suppose, but as I said, I went in with preconceived ideas. I actually have never liked the Power Rangers, and I don't like. I mean, what'd you say? That show, this one that you've got on your screen, it only goes for about an hour, doesn't it?
No, it goes for 55 minutes.
About an hour.
So, shut up. But no, so because I have the chart up at the moment. It's like, you even have the updated command center that, compared to the old command center, that's
sure they've
that's
upgraded.
An upgrade.
Yeah, they've upgraded some stuff, but at the same time, I don't.
They have more of a budget for this than the original series.
Who actually has put it together?
Well, they're owned by Hasbro, which does Transformers.
Yeah, well, I tell you, the Transformers, they have a big budget for them.
Yeah, but I think that the fact that this is Netflix, and Netflix is actually putting this together, this actually looks good for Netflix.
Oh, Netflix but Netflix also have a fair bit of cash to splash around. So
yeah, but I've heard that they're original, not necessarily Stranger Things, but the movies and stuff that on there that they're pretty terrible, but this one actually looks pretty good for a Netflix special.
Yeah, no, I think Netflix, they do some good stuff.
Because, like, this looks way better than Red Notice.
I didn't mind Red Notice.
Because, like...
Was that a Netflix thing?
Yep.
But the one that we went and saw in the theatre...
That wasn't...
Oh, no, that wasn't Red Notice, was it?
No, that was Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah.
With Ryan Reynolds, yeah. Because they also did... I could be wrong, but I think they also did The Grey Man. I could be wrong, but I think that there's a lot of stuff... Like, yeah, sure, it's a bit... I think that the effects of the teleportation look a lot better. And the fact that you have sweeping shots and 360s of angles and stuff, that's something that Japan would have never done.
Yeah, no,
with that series.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, but they were pretty old. I mean, they were back in the, 80s?
No, early 90s, so 93 it came out.
Yeah, right.
But, yeah, no, it's just... Like, yeah, sure, Robo Reader looks ridiculous, but that's something that you need to go with the storyline, with the canon of everything, because, like... So, I haven't seen all of the Power Ranger series, but apparently at the end of In Space, that's the end of the Zordon era, then they free Zordon. I think the Rangers cut open the cage that Zordon's in to spread his power to get rid of all the evil in the world.
Yep.
So, Rita and Lord Zed and all that turn back into humans.
Yep.
That are not evil, so... They basically... I won't be surprised if they show this in the special, but... I think they're going to take that body of Rita that was good, but basically get that evil soul back and then make her robotic.
Yeah, right, okay.
So it's not like that they're going like, oh, they're making all their monsters robotic. They're actually trying to make it into canon.
Yep.
Because I think that there's references in like computers and stuff to like RPM and Dino Charge and stuff like that, and I think that, not that they're going to show up in this, but I think that there's something with the... Honestly, the only thing I could agree with you on that looks a little cheesy is, like, I have the bit where they're in the juice bar, and the fighting does look a bit silly.
Yeah.
But there are some bits that are impressive with the fighting, like, they're using a lot of shots that I wouldn't expect from Power Rangers at all. Especially the 90s series.
Yeah, I suppose.
So,
but I'm not.
So I think that alone gets me excited. And plus, they're going to make this a tribute to Twee and whatever they're going to do about JDF. I don't know what they're going to do, but... Because we have Green Ranger footage, but I won't be surprised if he doesn't take off his helmet.
Yeah, okay.
The same with Pink and Red, even though that we do have Kat and Rocky in this, I think that opening fight is meant to be Kimberly and Jason.
Yeah, for sure.
So, the fact that Austin St. John can't leave the country because of some COVID thing, and the fact that Kimberly is also, like, Amy Jo Johnson didn't say yes to what was offered, but I think I won't be surprised if she recorded something for the viewing globe for JDF.
Yeah, right, okay.
So I think
he's the guy that died in the last year. This year or in the last year?
And like kind of end of last year-ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jason David Frank, I think that there'll be a tribute to him by Amy or in the credits or something. So I think that that's going to make a little bit of, not excitement, but that's going to be more drama than Power Rangers ever was.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I think that the fact that you have the drama and you have the seriousness of Twee or Trini dying, and the fact that you have sweeping shots and more decent Power Rangers footage that's not grainy and looks like shit, I think that alone is an upgrade.
Yeah, for sure.
That I'm excited to see, which will be the next episode. Our next episode is going to be our February episode, and we'll be reviewing Once in Norway. So keep an eye out for that. We might even do a live stream. Talking about. We'll see how it goes, but we'll definitely do something for once and always. I will do my review and do my rankings of the Power Rangers characters for Mighty Morphin and the movies and stuff. So I think that will be a lot of fun when that comes out on April 19th, which is very, very soon.
Yeah, a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that for sure. So our next trailer and topic we're going to talk about is, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. Now, as you guys know, me and my dad are big fans of the Bay Turtles, and we think that they don't deserve all the hate that they should get, and I think that they fit the modern filmmaking, whether if you're comparing it to the world of Marvel or DC. I think that those are the best Turtles that they could have done to make it look like that they kind of exist in those worlds. But I think that... So, I was excited for this trailer. I was kind of disappointed that it was going to be animated. I'll get my thoughts on it a little later, but I did kind of like it. So, Dad, your thoughts on Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem?
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. I don't like animation normally. I mean, I did like the animation, like as far as Toy Story and that stuff went.
Yeah.
But these cartoony ones, I've never really been a huge fan. But this actually looks like it'd be a fun movie. I'd actually go and see this, I think.
Yeah, I think that this is... Because, like, we did... It's not on our list because the trailer came out a while ago, but yesterday when we saw Shazam, we did get a trailer for Mario, and I'm going to see that no matter what, but I think that looks really good. This looks really good as well, but I think that there's something about Mario that I'm a little bit maybe curious about than Turtles. I don't know if it's because of the animation or what, but I think that the Mario trailer looks pretty funny.
Yeah, it does. It's got some humour in it. And that's old mate, isn't it? Guardian.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Yeah, they do a good thing. It's actually quite funny when the fish sucks his face.
Yeah. Yeah, you see...
Get it off!
Yeah, it's like I said, at first, like, not that we're talking about the Mario trailer, but, like, at first when I saw that trailer, I was like, for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't realise that they were fish. I thought it was, Peach's dress attaching onto him.
No.
And I was like, really? We're going that bloody... We're doing that humor? What the... But I was like, what the hell? But... How do we delete Batman? But...
It's better, yeah.
But no, I think that there's something about... I know. There's something about Turtles that, like, I am excited about the cast that's involved, but I don't know if it's because of the animation, because it reminds me of Spider-Verse, and I don't want that animation style to be the same animation that we do for everything that's not Pixar or DreamWorks or
But
Disney.
do you know who made who were the animators that did, or the cartoonists I suppose that did the Spider-Verse? Are they the same that do this? Because
I don't think so, because they're two different companies. Spider-Verse is Sony and this is Paramount.
But maybe they engage, because a lot of those guys are freelance, mate.
Maybe, yeah, because
they get picked up by whoever.
Because like Seth Rogen is doing this movie, and oh my god, I think it's Lloyd and Miller. I think did Spider-Verse, the same guys that did the Lego Movie. I think that...
So I'm guaranteed to fall asleep through that, am I?
I don't think so.
Right.
That one's... Honestly, I do think that Spider-Verse... I haven't watched a Lego Movie in a long time, but I think that Spider-Verse is better, but the... And this is a conversation for another time, but the thing with Spider-Verse, my only problem with that movie was that... Not the art style. I thought the art style was great, but I think my problem with it was... Which their goal wasn't to do this, but it didn't have a setup.
Yeah.
They just kind of did a Miles Morales origin story and then just kind of did the Spider-Verse story around him. As opposed to going like, let's do a Peter B. Parker movie, let's do a Peter Parker movie, then let's do a Spider-Gwen movie, let's do a Spider-Man Noir, let's do a Spider-Ham. And then, but they really just threw those characters in around the story of Miles.
Yeah.
So... That's my only problem, which at least with No Way Home, like, yeah, sure, when they were making the Sam Raimi movies, their plan wasn't to make No Way Home and make sure that they all joined together. But they felt, when you watch those movies back to back, you feel like that they're part of a saga.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This one is very much like, let's throw stuff in and just write a good story around it.
Yeah.
But no, I think Spider-Verse is good. I just don't think it's the best comic book movie of all time, what people say. I think that's a bit far-fetched.
Yeah, possibly. With this movie, I reckon, this Mutant Mayhem, I think it could be quite fun. I don't, I'd rather live action, as you know, in most things. But I think this could be fun, yeah.
Yeah, which, like, so, since we're talking about Mutant Mayhem, we'll talk about the cast, because I don't have another slide for Mutant Mayhem. So, I don't know any of these guys. I'm afraid I'm going to get their names wrong. But do you want to get the cast up to that, just in case if I can't say these names?
Yeah.
Because I know some of them. Their
Who's
name.
Seth Rogen? I mean, I know the name Seth Rogen, but what's he done in the cast?
He's done.
He's not in the cast, though, is he?
Yeah, he is. He's Bebop.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Well, I'm sure I've seen something with Seth Rogen.
I know who he is. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he has an odd laugh. But yeah, Seth Rogen, his production company's doing this movie. He's in Super Mario Brothers, the new one.
Yeah, okay.
He's doing Donkey Kong. He did Sausage Party. Well, he's in Sausage Party.
Great.
He's in Kung Fu Panda. Not a lot of stuff of his I've seen. He's in Fanboys. We need to watch that. He's also in Blockers.
Who's this? Seth Rogen.
Yeah. We wanted to see Blockers. I have it, but I just haven't watched it yet. He's also in The Disaster Artist. I forgot about that. Watch out for our review of The Disaster Artist, The Making of the Room.
No.
Yes. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Anyway, but then you've got Nicholas Cantu. He's Leonardo.
Yes. Then Mitcha Abbey?
Sorry, hold on, let me find that. Mika Abbey, yeah, something like that. Donatello.
Yeah, as Donatello. Brady Noon as Raph. Shannon Brown Jr. as Mikey.
Yeah. Oh, Jackie Chan Splinter.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And John Cena. Yeah, right.
Yeah, John Cena's in there as Rocksteady, which is kind of funny. That's the second WWE wrestler that's played Rocksteady.
Yeah, okay. So what about
because we had Sheamus in Out of the Shadows.
Yep, and Post Malone, he's Ray Fillet. Who's Ray Fillet?
No, Ray Fillet.
Oh, Fillet. Well, to me it says Fillet.
Yeah, I know, but it's meant to be Ray Fillet.
Oh, right.
I think the T's silent, maybe. But no, Ray Fillet, I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that.
So these are more kids, like these. So, like, Nicholas Cantu, Shaman Brown Jr.,
yeah,
Brady Noon, and Mika Abbey, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
As the Turtles. So they're all teenage kids, basically.
Yeah, that's what kind of threw me off when I saw the trailer. I was like, why are they not... Like, yeah, sure, you probably want to get kids because you probably want them to be actually teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But there's something about those voices when you get old, like more, I guess, notable people doing it. It's more memorable. Like yeah, sure, like Pete Plozak and stuff. You don't really know them as actors a lot, but it's like those voices are memorable when you think of the Bay Turtles.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
And I think that these ones, they're going to be recognisable, but I don't think that you're going to remember them a lot.
No, but I mean, it'll be a good kids movie anyhow. I mean, I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Because like the fact that you get Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko, that already kind of makes me excited. And the fact that you have Maya Rudolph as an Ultron, that's pretty cool. And then you have Ice Cube as Superfly. And then, of course, you get Hannibal Buress as Genghis Frog. And, what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito as Baxter. That's pretty cool. So,
yeah,
I'm kind of excited for this movie. I'm curious to see how it turns out. I don't know what is gonna happen in this movie, but I know that some mayhem is happening.
Yep, it should be good.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is DC. Since James Gunn's taken over DC, this is a little bit late. But I wanted to talk about this because I think Dad might also have some things to say about what James Gunn said. Because I did show him the video when it came out, but he probably hasn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, the first thing that he announced was Creature Commandos. Now, I think that Creature Commandos is going to be something that's very interesting when it comes to DC, because I think a lot of these we don't know. Not only do we not know a lot about them, but they're animated, but also they're things that we're more obscure to the general public. So I'm curious to check out Creature Commandos when it comes on DVD, because HBO Max we don't have here in Australia. Thank you, WB. But no, I think that I'm curious for that. And then the second thing that they announced is Waller. I'm curious about Waller because I do like Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. I don't know if I would need a show about her, because I had a decent amount of her in both the two Suicide Squads, and even in Black Adam, we have a little bit of her. We have, we have her daughter in Peacemaker. But whatever they do with the show, I'm very curious about. Thoughts on those two, Dad?
I don't know anything about them, to tell you the truth, though. I don't even...
Because all we know is that Waller is based on Amanda Waller.
Yeah, right. Oh, it might be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the trailers for them, because if they're like Flash, I mean, as I've always said about DC, they've always run second fiddle to Marvel.
I think that's going to change.
The way they've produced their movies. I think it's bigger and it's better with Marvel.
I think.
Whereas it may change under James Gunn.
I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to change because James Gunn, the way that, even though that he's using comics to advertise his movies, like obviously we're going to get, but with Superman, he's using Superman, not Man Tomorrow. God, I can't remember the name of the comic now, but I think that they're going to be more lighthearted and more true to the characters as opposed to Snyder's vision.
Yeah, okay.
But I think Waller... I'm more excited for Waller than Creature Commandos, but I think that Waller is something that I'm just like... You didn't need to do that, but I was kind of not surprised when he said that, because James Gunn already did something about Peacemaker.
Yep.
So if he does a show for Harley or something... Because he loves those Suicide Squad characters.
Yeah, yeah.
I will not be surprised if the Suicide Squad members end up getting shows.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So...
But he's keeping Suicide Squad, isn't he?
Yes, he's keeping... I think he's keeping John Cena and Idris and Margot and stuff like that, so...
But is that to be used as different characters in different movies, or is that Suicide Squad stuff?
No, I think that's Suicide Squad stuff. I think that the only thing that they're really going to change... they're going to change Superman for sure. They're going to change Batman. They're going to change Flash because of stuff with Ezra Miller. And they're also going to change, I think, they're going to change some of the other players in that. Like, they're going to keep the Suicide Squad stuff because James Gunn did the Suicide Squad movie. Then he did Peacemaker, which is a spin-off of the Suicide Squad movie.
Have you seen that? That's with John Cena, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you see that? I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't seen that. I want to get on DVD because it's a series.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, and again, it's more of a comedy series. So, I think it's one of those things where it's just like I'm worried, but I'm not like super nervous. The fact that they've keeping some of the players that have been in the original DCEU.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine anyone else playing Harley or Wonder Woman and stuff.
No, I couldn't imagine it either.
So, unless you want to do your Lady Gaga, Harley Quinn in the Joker, but even that I don't really see.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
No, that's coming out 2 years? 2025?
Oh, well, what's the Joker that...
Maybe?
So she's not in the Joker movie?
She's not in the first one.
Oh.
She's going to be in the sequel. But no, I'm excited about that. I think that James Gunn is going to do pretty good with those. So number 3 is, of course, Superman Legacy. I think that I'm not a big Superman fan, but Man of Steel I like.
What do you mean you're not a big Superman fan? You've watched every single one of them, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I like Man of Steel. I like a lot of them. But I think Man of Steel is pretty good. I like Returns. I think Returns is really underrated. I think that, yeah, sure, you do see some beats from the first one, but that's kind of to be expected with any kind of soft reboot. And I think Superman 2 with Reeves is the best one. So I think that there's a lot running on this. This needs to be either... this needs to be more than decent. For this to go on as to DCU, because this is technically the first thing that's going to come out for James Gunn, to kick off his movies, other than The Flash. But I think that Superman Legacy needs to be better than Christopher Reeve's movies, or it's the DCU is not gonna continue.
No, they need to do something, I reckon, because I think they're all... I mean, do they make much money at the box office, DC movies, compared to Marvel?
I know that the solo movies did a lot. Like, I think Man of Steel did the weakest, but I think that Suicide Squad did more than Man of Steel.
But there was a lot of people that didn't like Suicide Squad.
No, but the trailers, if you remember the trailers, they were bloody Guardians level. So people were expecting Guardians of the Galaxy, but with Harley Quinn and Deadshot and Joker and crap.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So...
it sucked a lot of people in.
Yeah, so that one made a ton of money. Wonder Woman made a ton of money because that one... and
the first one or 84?
The first one.
Yeah.
I don't think 84 made a lot because that was the point where it was COVID. But the first one for sure, but that one was really, really good. So, a lot of people love the first Wonder Woman, so it makes sense why that made a lot of money. When you get into the group stuff like Batman vs Superman and Justice League, that's where it didn't really make a ton of money. But when you get into Shazam, obviously made a ton of money. Black Adam made it. Oh well, no, not Black Adam. Aquaman made a ton of money. Black Adam made not heaps, but definitely not a little. They've kind of gone not less quality, but they've made less money over the recent years after the Suicide Squad and the Snyder Cut. I think that people just get themselves a little too excited about these movies and end up being disappointed. But from the reports that are going around about The Flash, I think that the hype around this movie is well deserved, because I've heard good things about The Flash, and it's one of the best superhero movies or comic book movies that we've had in years.
That's right.
So apparently people are saying that it's better than The Dark Knight, which is normally the gold standard for comic book movies. So I think that is going to change the trajectory of the DC movies going forward.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm excited for Legacy. I'm not a big Superman person, but I've grown to be, let's just say that. Then number 4, we have a Lanterns TV series. So this is, of course, with the Green Lanterns, with Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. I think that
Ryan Reynolds not involved?
Hell no. No.
Well, he played Green Lantern, didn't he?
Let's not talk about that. But no, he did, but that movie is apparently pretty bad.
Right.
Tuffrey likes it. I haven't seen it, but Tuffrey likes it. He's like, I don't understand the hate for that movie. It's like, okay, you think that I have bloody bad opinions? Bloody absurd. But no, I think that they're definitely going to be recast. But I think that like even Ryan Reynolds has that movie. There's no way that he gets involved with this. He made a bloody joke in Deadpool 2 where Deadpool goes back and shoots Ryan Reynolds in the head for reading that script. There's no bloody way that he's involved with this movie.
Oh, it's just asking. Well, it's not a movie, it's a TV series, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's a TV series, but it's live action, and apparently it's going to be like True Detective, but with the Green Lanterns. That kind of makes me curious about, I don't know if it's...
So that will be screened on HBO Max?
Yes.
So we can't get to see it?
No.
Great.
Which is the problem. And this is the reason, and this is another thing, before I continue on with the movies and shows, this is the reason why I need a PS5, because the PS4 and the 360 and Xbox One are kind of fading out, the games are starting to do more for PS5. And James Gunn even said, we're going to do shows, we're going to do movies, and we're going to do games for all the DC stuff. So if you're not, very much like the Marvel movies, but the Marvel movies are not doing games in the world. So if you don't have this video game and you don't see this show, you're going to be very confused when they show up in movies.
Yeah, okay.
So, which is why I was confused at the end of Shazam during the mid-credit, which we didn't see, but I didn't really want to see it again, to be frank. But at the end, two people from Peacemaker go up to him and see if he wants to be a part of the Justice Society.
Yep.
I didn't even remember the chick from Black Adam, which apparently she was. I haven't seen Peacemaker yet, so I was very confused on what was happening. So, but I do want to get a PS5 because I kid you not, I saw some at Big W and I'm like, I need to get this almost ASAP because otherwise these games, like Gotham Knights, is not on PS4. These Superman and Batman games that are going to come out for the DCU are not going to be on PS4.
Well, you just have to save your pennies, Jack.
Yeah, unfortunately. But, so, number 5 is The Authority. Now, I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about this. I think that it's going to be very much like well, not the same as Creature Commandos, but the same in the fact that it's going to be, like, how do I put it? It's not the... Oh, crap. Like, they're going to be the same as what the general public thinks. They're not going to be as familiar with it. So, I think that I'm curious about this, but I'm not sold on it yet. But, this next one I am sold on. Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I think that this one's going to get really good. We're going to have our new Batman. I don't know who it is. Apparently, some people have been speculating George Clooney.
But George coming back? I didn't think he'd come back for
it. They're not official, but I've heard things about that. Apparently, George Clooney might come back. Because James Gunn has shut it down. But I think that there have been rumors going around that it's like the mid-credit scene is going to reveal our new actors going forward.
What is that like old mate that turned up yesterday in Shazam in the Wonder Woman outfit? What was his name?
The Wizard.
Yeah, the Wizard.
Yeah. Billy Batson.
That's him.
But no, I think that this movie is going to show the new actors playing Batman and Superman. I've heard that it's a previous Batman actor, and the three options were literally Christian Bale, Val Kilmer, and George Clooney. Bale says that he will come back, but the problem is he even said, I am not returning unless Nolan's involved. So he's probably not going to come back unless Christopher Nolan directs that movie, which he's probably not, because James Gunn would want to pick someone else.
Yeah, right.
So, Val Kilmer, you can't do throat cancer.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising, but I really want to see him get a good redemption as a serious Batman. But the biggest one that we're just kind of like, maybe, is George Clooney.
Yeah, right.
Because George Clooney, he has been joking about Batman and Robin. Like, we even saw, even when we saw Ticket to Paradise, they threw made a joke of this dude, but he came up to him in a bloody Adam West costume.
And that was at the motel.
Yeah, it was like, oh, hey, George. And then he just started laughing because he wanted to do the scene. Which that was kind of a mad joke too, because his movie is compared to a modern version of the 60s series.
Yeah.
So that kind of made me laugh.
That'll be interesting. I didn't think George Clooney had put his name to it again.
Honestly, I don't think so either. But because James Gunn has debunked it. But I think that I don't know if he's going to come back in Flash or what. But if he comes back in Flash, I'll be very surprised if he does come back for a cameo.
So, but this Flash wasn't made under the what's his name?
James Gunn.
Yeah, he wasn't part of DC when they made Flash, was he?
No, but I think that their plan is that this movie mainly is going to transition us into the new movies, because the whole point of Flashpoint is that you can soft reboot it without seeing a new universe to do more origin stories.
Yeah, right.
So I think that this movie is literally going to be the movie that resets the entire DC movies going forward.
Yeah.
So, and then
that'll be good. Something to look forward to, yeah.
Well, exactly. I think apparently this is one of the best DC movies that we've gotten. Apparently it's better than the Shazam movies. So, yeah, I'm curious about it. And then number 8, we have Booster Gold. I do not know anything about this character.
Who is it?
Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
Yep. But Dad's going to look at some images. He's going to be pretty whack. I do not see how this guy can transfer into live action. I think that this is going to be one of those things where it's like, are you really going to try and do this? I think that that's going to be a little bit off.
He was in Justice League, like in the TV shows.
Yeah, he was.
He was also in Batman, The Brave and the Bold.
I think he was, yeah.
Booster Gold is a superhero appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics in... the first edition was printed in 1986.
Okay, so I don't know how James Gunn going to translate it. I do trust James Gunn. I'm curious to see what he does with it, but I don't know if it's... Oh, crap. I don't know if the general public is going to be aware of this movie.
Don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they talk it up. I mean, most of the... who knew of Iron Man when they came out with it? He was,
but comic book fans knew Iron Man.
Oh,
but it's
that's
one of
right,
those
comic
things
book fans. But I mean,
the same as Booster Gold. But I mean, like, I guess people already knew. I guess it depends on who's cast as Booster Gold, because normally you get the actor selling the movie.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to me, like when you get Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, and you literally get Karen Gillan and The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black. 3 of my favourite actors, I'm already sold. So
they're in this DC.
No, I don't think so. I think The Rock is Black Adam, but I don't think he's going to survive the reboot. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's also some conflict between him and Zachary Levi, which I don't necessarily want to get into. That's a bit...
Who's Zachary Levi?
Shazam.
Oh, yeah, right, okay, yeah.
Yeah. But I think there's some stuff that's going to happen with that. Now, number 9, I'm very curious about this. We're getting Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I don't know who they cast, but I'm curious about this movie.
Have they cast anyone? No, nothing yet.
No,
so what's the time frame for all of this? Over the next 5-10 years, what is it?
Apparently this is only half of the first slate.
Right, okay.
This first slate is very much like phase 1 of Marvel.
Yep.
Apparently, the only things that they have announced that I know of is 10 things.
Yeah, okay.
So that's only half.
Yeah.
So if we're getting 20 things...
But you don't know what time frame they're looking at, though?
No, I know that I know that Superman Legacy is, I think, coming out in 2025.
Yep.
Which I think that it's one of those things where it's like... The problem is that it's a 10-year contract at the moment.
Yep.
So, if Superman Legacy and the films that... All of the films that they and series have planned, they go well, they will sign James Gunn and Peter Safran to do more years.
Yep.
But if this Superman movie flops, I don't think we're getting any other DC movies.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it's like the Batman and Joker.
Right.
So, I hope that this thing doesn't flop. So...
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see.
Yeah. But I'm curious about Supergirl, because they're not bringing back Melissa. Because this is another universe. They're not going to bring back Sasha Calle. Well, don't think so anyway. I don't know who they're going to cast. We might do another episode where we fan cast our DCU, which will be very exciting to talk about. Now, number 10, before we get into one of the bigger... God, I just realised how much I wrote for the next thing. But number 10 is Swamp Thing. So Swamp Thing...
Swamp Thing?
Yeah. I don't know what... Now, apparently he has had 2 movies, and he's had some series that are pretty good, but I don't know anything about it. So I'm curious to watch those series. I know it won't be in continuity, but I'm curious to see what they do with Swamp Thing. But yeah, so that's all of James Gunn's stuff. We broke it down.
It's already a movie. It's a horror.
Yeah, Wes Craven did it. Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream.
So it's a DC thing, though, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But that was like in the 80s. He hasn't had a movie since...
There is no reference whatsoever, other than here, so it's a DC comic.
Movie? Yeah.
Yeah, right. But the movie itself, it doesn't reference...
Yeah, it wouldn't reference Batman and stuff. It's very much like...
Oh, no, but it doesn't even reference that it's DC.
No, it's... Yeah, that's a lot with those movies, except for like Batman and Superman, because they're like the face of DC.
Yeah.
But no, I think... I'm excited about the DCU. I don't know what's going to happen with the future of the DCU after Flash. All I can tell you is that I'm excited for the Flash and curious to see if they show the new actors being the characters, and curious on who they keep.
Yeah.
Whether if they keep Zachary as Shazam and Margot as Harley and Gal as Wonder Woman.
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, so I'm curious about that. So, okay, so the next one, we're going to break this thing down. The Spider-Verse poster released, and I am going to talk to Dad about some of the Spider-Men, not all of them obviously, but the ones that are obvious in the background here. So, first up, of course, we have Miles behind my head. Hard to see.
Just a bit.
Depending on what way I go. So, obviously, we have Miles. I am not going to do this to the whole body thing. But then we have Miguel O'Hara as Spider-Man 2099. So it's hard to point it with the bloody TV. I'm going to do it this way.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2099. And then, obviously, we have Spider-Gwen.
Yep.
And then we have Herbie Brown. I'm going to try and find him. Why can't I see him? Oh, wait. No, I think that's him there. Spider-Punk.
Right. I've never heard of half of these, Joe. How do you know these things?
Trust me, I had to do a lot of research on this. And then we have Peter B. Parker, obviously, from the first Spider-Verse, which that's kind of a little joke. We have Peter Parker, then Peter B. Parker. And then we have Jessica Drew as Spider-Woman, if I can find her. Oh, yeah. Right there.
So just on this picture that you've got here?
Yeah.
What is this advertising? Is this
the new Spider-Verse?
Yeah, right. And what all of these things are going to be in it?
Yeah.
Because is that what's old mate's name? Who the anti-hero of Spider-Man? What's he called?
Oh, Venom.
Is he there next to that chick with the yellow glasses on?
Sorry, I'm blanking. Where?
Next the chick with the yellow glasses. No, the next one over. Keep going. No, the other way. Yeah, that one.
Oh, no, that's not Venom. That's red. Venom's normally black.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that's Carnage either. Because we also have Ben Reilly, if there.
Yep.
Which he's normally they kind of made his suit kind of similar in Homecoming, where he has that homemade suit.
Yep.
That's kind of the version that's based off.
Yeah, right.
And then we have, of course, one I'm excited to see, we have Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, okay.
From the animated series of the same name.
So who's making this? Is this Marvel making this?
Sony.
Sony's making this?
Yep.
I thought Marvel had the rights to Spider-Man now.
No, they share Spider-Man, if you remember, because they... Sony has their name on make money off the Spider-Man movies. Marvel doesn't make money off the Spider-Man movies.
Why not? They'd have to, wouldn't they?
No, I think that's the deal though. Because they made a new deal after Far From Home, going like, we'll keep Spider-Man in the MCU, but we want the money from the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, okay.
So, so Spectacular Spider-Man's pretty cool to see because we haven't seen him, I think, since 2009.
Yep.
Or 2010. Because the animated series got cancelled after a little bit. So it's very exciting to see him. Then we have Ezekiel Sims, if I find him. It's hard looking this way. He's there somewhere. Sorry, I'm trying to look for Last Stand.
So when's this? Is this being made now, is it?
It's coming out, I think, in June.
Yeah, right.
Or July. I think June.
Middle of the year, anyhow.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and then we have Unlimited Spider-Man in that poster. Some of these I'm going to point out to the ones that are definitely in my range, because if I'm pointing all over the poster, But we do have Unlimited Spider-Man from the animated series. We have Maydell Parker as Lady Spider. We have Flash Thompson Spider-Man. We have Japanese Spider-Man from the live-action series from the 80s.
Yep.
And then we have Mary Jane's Spirit there.
Yeah, right.
And then, this is getting me excited, we have PS4 Spider-Man.
Of course.
From the game. And then we have Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not going to point to him. He's in that poster. There are more in-depth videos that break it down, but I'm just trying to explain to Dad some of these. Now, the last two, I'm going to try and find these last two for Dad. I'm going to try and actually find them because...
Which ones were they?
don't think it's that one. But apparently, I did see some breakdowns yesterday. I think it's one of these back ones here. That we do get the integrate suit.
Yep.
Which is the No Way Home suit.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the gold spider.
Yeah, right.
And we also get the Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield.
Very
so,
good.
Either this movie or the next movie, we're going to get Toby.
Yeah, okay.
So, we're going to get the reunion of the Spider-Mans.
The Spider-Mans.
Yeah. I think men is the E-N.
Yeah.
So then it saves us from going Spider-Man, men's.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's very confusing with that. But, okay, so now we're getting to some of the news bits. So, now Disney has announced Frozen 3, Zootopia 2, and Toy Story 5. I am, I guess, curious about Frozen, but not really excited. I'm excited for Zootopia 2. I really like the first one. That one leads more to a sequel. I'm always excited for another Toy Story. I will argue with anyone that say that Toy Story should end at 3. Not saying that 3 wasn't the perfect ending, but I think that it's okay if they carry on because the Toy Story movies deliver on so much, and they did announce Inside Out 2, so I'm curious about that. So, Dad, what are your thoughts on these announcements from Disney?
Well, Frozen I'm not interested in. Zootopia I haven't seen. I didn't see the first one, but from what I can remember of the trailer, it's actually quite would be quite fun.
Yeah.
And Toy Story 5, who can go past the Toy Story movie?
Yeah, exactly.
All of the Toy Stories are good.
Yeah, exactly.
Storyline.
I don't get why people hate 4. That's...
4 was a bit different to the others. But yeah, no.
I thought you normally say 3.
No, I mean 4. I mean, no.
3's normally the darker one. They literally almost kill those guys.
Oh, that was what's his name? Lots of hugging bear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit dark, but yeah, no, I think Toy Story is good. I think it's a good franchise.
Exactly. So, and Inside Out 2.
Don't know anything about it, mate.
The emotions.
No, I don't think I've even seen the first one. Did you see the first one?
Yeah, I saw the first one a few times. It's really good. It's more one of those adult, like not that's adult, but it tells more of a serious story. In that movie, more serious than Toy Story and Zootopia and stuff. But it's one of those things where it's like it deals with your emotions and how it's a cool idea that like there are people inside your head controlling your emotions.
Oh yeah, you've got that on DVD, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an alright movie. Yeah, it might be alright. The next one.
Yeah. So I think that Toy Story 5 and Zootopia and Inside Out 2. I mean, all these lead themselves into more of a sequel than Inside Out, but I'm more excited for Inside Out 2 than I am Frozen 3. Because I think that I would have... If you gave me to rank them, definitely Toy Story would be at the top. Then maybe a tie between... Maybe Zootopia 2 and Inside Out 2 next, and then Frozen 3. Honestly...
I mean, you know what?
I don't hate Frozen, but it's one of those things where it's like it can get annoying the more times you watch it.
So, have you even seen Frozen 2? This is...
No.
Yeah, no, either have I. I saw the first one, I went...
I was kind of happy I didn't see the second one because I heard bad things. But no, so the next one, we need to talk about this. Apparently Disney, which has everything nowadays, we have Marvel and Disney and Pixar. And then, so of course our next topic is the X-Men. So I think the X-Men is one of those series that's actually really good. That's not like the DC movies where it's like you have all of them are really solid until you get to like Origins and stuff like that. Even Origins has some good bits in it, unlike Zip and Deadpool.
Is Origins the first one?
No, Origins is where they sew Deadpool's mouth shut.
Oh yeah. It's one of the really early ones though.
It's like 2009, maybe it came out. But no, I think the X-Men movies are good. Apparently Disney can't use the X-Men until 2025. So that's going to be a bit...
Why not?
Well, so apparently the deal is that you can't... Because you got to remember, they used Charles Xavier for Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So, and they're also using Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman for Deadpool 3, which are coming out next year. And that's not 2025. So, I think that what is going to happen is that they can still use them, but they would have to be played by the same actors that played them in the previous versions.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it's like Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy can play Professor X, but you can't recast them.
Yeah.
Until 2025.
Okay.
Which I think that originally, I could be wrong, but I think 2025 was when Secret Wars was coming out. But I think that they're pushing back a lot of the projects now. Because I think they recently fired one of the girls that take care of the VFX artists.
Okay. Yeah.
So because apparently people have been like overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that they need to do for the VFX.
Yeah, right.
It'd
be a lot of work in it, I think.
Yeah, so I think that a lot of that stuff is getting pushed back now. I won't be surprised if that includes Deadpool 3 and stuff like that. So I know what's gonna happen, but I know that we are getting more X-Men stuff, but that's with the actors that have played them previously.
Yep.
I think that's gonna be the same thing because Magneto is apparently gonna be in Deadpool 3 as well. Which gets me excited. I love Ian McKellen. I love his version of Magneto. I'm excited to see him back in the suit talking to Deadpool and Wolverine again. I'm excited to see Professor X back in it, which apparently he did not confirm it, but he did say, I've been told to stand by, so apparently I think he's in it.
So is Hugh Jackman in it?
Hugh Jackman's in it. Patrick Stewart's coming back. Ian McKellen's coming back.
Halle Berry?
They haven't said anything about the other actors. I presume yes, because it's... Like, even when it's not their version of the X-Men, they can literally do... like... They can either do the same versions, or they can do a different version and have them more of the animated series versions.
Yeah, okay.
Where they have them more the comic book look, but it's played by the same actors from the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Because I think that they're going to be coming back with the First Class actors.
Okay.
That did them in First Class in Secret Wars. So that's still going to be a thing. But they can recast them in Secret Wars. So I think that by the end of that movie, you're going to have all the other actors involved, but you are also going to have the Secret Wars, which Secret Wars is going to be very, well, not only very big, but it's going to be very, I think it's going to be, you're going to have your, of course, your Avengers like Spider-Man and stuff, but then I think that Phase 7 and 8, you're going to be X-Men and Fantastic Four heavy.
Yeah, okay.
Because Kevin Feige is very excited to use the Fantastic Four and X-Men because those were owned by Fox. So,
yeah, okay.
The fact that they're coming back for the MCU really gets me excited.
Are they still owned by Fox?
Disney brought the rights back. They are trying to get more rights back.
Yeah.
They're trying to get Namor's rights back because they can use Namor because Namor's in Wakanda Forever, so they can use him in other movies, but they can't use him for his own. So, and they're also trying to get the Hulk's rights back.
Oh, okay. So who are they with Fox, are they?
No, they're with Universal.
Yeah, right, okay.
Because you gotta remember too, when they... Marvel didn't have a studio. So they were literally selling their properties for movies to keep them alive.
Yeah.
So Fox and X-Men, 20th Century Fox, Hulk and Namor, Universal, Spider-Man, Sony.
Yeah, okay.
So that's because they're still kind of under that deal. They need to try and negotiate a deal to get the rights back.
Yeah.
Which is what they're trying to in the middle of at the moment. So sticking to Marvel, which is very exciting. Apparently, John Bernthal is coming back as the Punisher. I haven't seen the Punisher.
I've seen a couple of episodes of it.
Yeah,
that's Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is mainly for you because you've seen the show. So, what are your thoughts on this report?
I think it's good. So he's coming back into the MCU, is he?
Yeah,
they're coming into the not back. He hasn't been.
Yeah, they did this weird thing where apparently the shows are, how do I put it? The shows are connected, but they're not connected. So it's like they made reference to they call it the incident, which is the New York fight at the end of Avengers. The aliens.
Oh, yeah.
They referred to that as the incident, but apparently other than that, they weren't connected.
Oh, okay.
So that's why you see that's why you don't see Charlie Cox's red suit. You see his red and gold suit in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Because they're different versions. So
was he in this? He wasn't in the Punisher, was he? No.
Punisher was in Daredevil.
Was he?
I'm sure he was. I'm sure.
Oh, he could have been.
2.
I watched a bit of Daredevil too on Netflix a long time ago now, but I can't really remember.
I'm sure he was in season 2.
He might have been. Yep.
But yeah, no, I think that I won't be surprised if they bring back Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Maybe Iron Fist. Maybe.
Are they still on? They're not even on Netflix anymore, are they?
No, they cancelled them because now they're on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, yeah.
They're now known as the Netflix. Not Netflix. They're now known as the Defenders Saga.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, but no, I'm curious if they bring back Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. I did heard that Foggy Nelson, and I think Karen Page as well, are not returning. I think that is gonna be upsetting to some Daredevil fans. I think that you're gonna have some, like, you're not gonna hurt box office and stuff when you do the movies in the series, but I think that that's kind of disappointing to a lot of Daredevil fans because I think Foggy and Karen Page were big parts of that show. So I don't know if they're coming back.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything, so...
Yeah, so I think... But the fact that John Bernthal's coming back, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what happens there. So the next subject is going to be about Armor Wars. Apparently Ultron is coming back. So I love Age of Ultron. I think it's one of my favorite Marvel movies. I think that it's one of the more underrated Marvel movies, and I think that it's one of those things where we haven't seen Ultron since 2015, which is insane to me. So, Dad, what are your thoughts on James Spader returning as Ultron in Armor Wars?
James Spader, yeah, I quite like his voice. It's quite unique. So, I think I think it's good. I mean, so what movie is this? Sorry, is it?
This is Armor Wars. It's weird because they haven't put a release date on it yet, but apparently they're in development on because it was going to be a show.
So is this what this picture is?
I just got a picture of Ultron. I wanted to try and...
I was going to say, because old mate Cap is not...
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
This is made... I think someone just took the Age of Ultron images and smacked it together, but...
So it's like a fan...
Yeah, but I just got it just because it had Ultron there and there.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah. I think that... Because Armor Wars is basically Iron Man 4, but with Rhodey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is going to be Rhodey's story about if Tony Stark's technology got into the wrong hands.
Oh, okay.
So, I think that James Spader's Ultron is going to play a big part of it, and I'm excited to see what his role's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna be the main villain or if he's gonna be one of two villains. But the fact that we haven't seen him since 2015 makes me excited to see James May as Ultron again.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be good.
So that is really cool to me. And sticking with Marvel again, I think that we need to mention this. So Sam Raimi is willing to make Spider-Man 4. This report came out around the time that he was promoting Multiverse of Madness. I'm curious to see what he's going to do, because all he said was, the interviewer said, can this open you up to doing a Spider-Man 4? And he was like, well, before I did this movie, I thought it wasn't possible. But after doing Doctor Strange, I realized that anything's possible in the Marvel Universe.
So they can actually bring back, like they'd bring back Tobey Maguire to do Spider-Man 4.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So,
well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so, like, we already got hints of what could have been, because apparently one of the deleted things, deleted scenes in No Way Home was going to be a mid-credit scene of Andrew Garfield going back to Gwen's grave from Amazing Spider-Man 2 and talking to her grave and saying that he's met his brothers.
Okay.
Because I think they literally call themselves brothers in that movie.
I mean, the Avengers. What is that, a band?
Yeah. A band? You're the band? No, it's Earth minus. How's this humping? Yeah. So, no, I think that Spider-Man 4, will be really excited to see. I don't know what they would do. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to do the original version that they would have done in 2011. But I think that they are going to do something with Spider-Man 4. I don't know what you're going to do with Tobey, because he's... Not that he's old, but he is getting older than he was in, 2007 since Spider-Man 3.
That's a given, isn't it? We all get older every year, mate.
Well, yeah, but it's like... I'm not saying that
can't they use de-aging on him?
Yeah, but he would still have to be pretty... He would still have to be jumping and crap.
So pretty fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe he does keep fit.
Because, yeah, sure, again, what am I talking about? Buddy Keaton's returning as Batman, and his body beating the crap out of those dudes when we saw that trailer yesterday. Body going down tubes and body flying and kicking ass. So
what do we do now, Batman?
Yeah. We try not to die. But I think... but also Defoe is old as hell, and he did all of his own stunts for No Way Home, so...
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
I think that, again, anything's possible with this, with Tobey being as old as he is and doing those stunts, but...
Oh, he's not that old, dude.
No, but he's around the same age as Leo, I think.
What, is he in his early 50s?
Because him and DiCaprio are best friends.
Yeah. Oh, you're not that old. I think he'll go alright.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's just because at first when I saw No Way Home, I thought that they were going to de-age Tobey, because Andrew looks the same. I thought that they would have de-aged Tobey and would have brought him back, after Spider-Man 3 or something.
Yeah.
As opposed to going
He's not that old, mate. It's okay.
No.
I don't know what you think. You think he's prehistoric or something?
Because when you watch the whole time and my friend watches Spider-Man No Way Home, Matt Lane just literally... Tobey walks out of the pole and Matt makes a comment of oh, why did my dude just look like they came out of a Starbucks? And I'm that's the perfect way to describe Tobey when he first walks in. But I think, look, if they bring back John Malkovich as Vulture and Anne Hathaway as Black Cat, I'll be sold. So
yeah,
I think.
I know it'll be interesting if they do a Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, so I think that'll be pretty exciting. So sticking with Sam Raimi, but jumping to DC, Sam Raimi is willing to make a Batman movie, not necessarily the Batman, but a Batman movie.
Sometimes I'm not really smart as I thought you were.
Yeah, not really smart as I thought you were. But no, I think that Sam Raimi doing a Batman movie, it's gonna be way darker than his Spider-Man movies if he was going to do it. I think that from the thing that was going around when the interview came out, I think that he said that I'll be willing to do a Batman movie to get that off, to get a DC movie or something off the checklist, and then do Spider-Man 4. But the fact that he is willing to do literally a movie each of two of my favorite characters, I'm sold.
So is this? Oh, okay. The Batman, is that part of the DC thing?
The Batman is not part of the DC universe, because it's not Ben Affleck. He was going to be in the Batman, and it was going to be connected, but then they kind of rewrote it to fit its own thing.
So DC didn't make this?
DC made the Batman.
Oh, okay.
It's just one of those things. It's like Joker and like there's movies that don't connect to the main DC universe, and they're kind of their own world.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that we are getting a sequel to the Batman in a few years, but I think that Sam Raimi's Batman will get me pretty excited for another Batman movie.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Dad?
Oh, no, I think it's good. I mean, I don't mind the Batman. I mean, as I said, I don't really enjoy a lot of DC stuff, only because of they're not as big as Marvel, you know. It's Marvel always had the big explosions, and I always found it a better franchise. But I think, Batman, I mean, I grew up with Keating as Batman, went and saw all of those, I think, and Val Kilmer when he was doing it. I actually don't mind the character Batman. I haven't seen this one. I mean, I haven't seen the Batman yet. Yeah, the Batman's good. I think it's a little long because it's almost 3 hours long. But I think it's really good, and I prefer it a little more than The Dark Knight, but I think it's one of those movies where it's like, depending on who's doing it, I get pretty sold on that sort of stuff. So yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, so sticking with DC, we're going to talk about Zack Snyder because I wish I got a better picture, but there wasn't any good pictures for this. So, but we are going to talk about SnyderCon. So he did announce that he's going to do a SnyderCon with a marathon of each day is a movie. One of his 3 movies. So the 28th is Man of Steel. The 29th is Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition, I presume. Because
so what's this on?
This one is Zack Snyder's trilogy.
Yeah, but when are they on, though? Like where? Like what channel? What bat channel?
Same. That time, same channel. Good on you, Dad. But no, I think it's not. It's not even on a channel.
So what are they doing it? Oh, how do you watch them then? What do you do? Oh, you've just got to watch them on the day yourself. Or what do you? I don't understand.
He's doing basically a Comic-Con.
Oh,
for
okay.
his DC movies.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So the 28th is Man of Steel, and then they're going to do
of March or April.
No, sorry, April.
Yeah. Okay.
April 28th. They're going to do they're going to watch the movie of Man of Steel and then do a Q&A.
Yeah.
Presumably with Henry Cavill and some of the writers and other actors and stuff. And then they're going to do Batman vs Superman on the 29th and do, obviously watch Ultimate Edition, the 3-hour version, and then do signings, a panel, a Q&A, and then Zack Snyder's Justice League, they're going to go to, I could be wrong, but I think that they're going to the Warner Brothers lot and watching 4 hours of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then they're going to do Q&As and panels and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
And they're also going to bring out the props.
The times you wished you lived in America, mate.
See, this is why I want to go to America early.
You didn't save your pennies, mate.
Because we missed. Because, like, the thing is, too, is that, like, I want to try and find a way to celebrate this because I really want the cinema to run those movies, but there's probably no way we can do it. But I think this is exciting for Zack Snyder fans because, like, the fact that he's ending these movies really makes me upset, and the fact that we don't get to see Justice League 2 and 3 come back, like there has been rumors that apparently Zack Snyder is willing to do his Justice League 2 and 3 later on in the line. But I think he wants to get his Army of Dead universe and stuff going on Netflix first. So I think that's going to be something that might happen in the future, but probably not.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, just wanted to mention that because it's something that came out, and because I'm not in America, sadly, I can't go.
Won't be getting to watch it.
I'll be able to watch the movies, but I won't be able to go to the awesome panels and see the props and get posters and shit signed by Cavill and Affleck and Gal.
Oh well.
But but let's see what happens at Comic-Con. I don't know if they're at Comic-Con next year because that universe is not continuing. But anyway, so next up, I just realized this on Monday that Ghostbusters sequel started filming this week. Apparently, I don't know if they're going by the name Firehouse for this movie or they are changing it, but the fact that we're getting a Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel makes me very excited. Dad, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think it'll be good. I actually don't mind the Ghostbusters franchise. The first one's really good.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. This man has no dick.
Yeah. You'll allowed to say that, but I'm not allowed to swear. That's a bit juvenile. But no, I think I don't think the 2016 one's as bad as people make it out to be. I think that one has pretty good humor in it. I think that Kate McKinnon does a great job, and Leslie Jones is great in that movie. And but the fact that they came back to the original franchise was good, and they're also at this point in movies now where they're doing the nostalgia bait, whether if it's Jurassic World or Spider-Man or Multiverse of Madness or Flash or Ghostbusters and stuff. So the fact that we're getting another sequel and maybe the rest of the cast might come back, like Sigourney Weaver might come back, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson. But the fact that McKenna Grace and Finn Wolfhard and Paul Rudd are coming back, that gets me pretty excited about this movie.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good.
Yeah, so
when does it come out?
That comes out, I think, in December of this year.
So it'll be a Christmas movie for the kids?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Which I think that's because the first Shazam is also a Christmas movie. Where if you get Shazam, Batman Returns, Iron Man 3, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Let's start that petition. Superhero movies can be Christmas movies. But no, I think that this will be a good movie. I'm excited for it. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Now, the next story we have up is, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. It's hard to say The Last Ronin, but that's okay. That was kind of my fault with the image. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, a game is in development based on the Last Ronin comic. I did not read this yet, but I've heard good things about it, and I have, it's not really much of a spoiler, but I am shocked on what title they decided to go for with The Last Ronin, because that movie...
It had to be Raphael, wouldn't it?
No, apparently it's Mikey.
Yeah, right. So tell me, is The Last Ronin in one of the Marvel things where Hawkeye wasn't he Ronin when they all busted up? Is that is this sort of kind of the same thing?
Kind of, but it's it's similar, but it's all the Turtles and Splinter are basically killed, but in the legit killed, unlike Hawkeye's family that just got snapped from existence and then returned.
Right. So is this a Nickelodeon thing?
This is, the The comic is IDW, but I think that the game is going to be Nickelodeon.
So is this is a movie or a game?
This is going to be a game.
Oh, it's a game.
Yeah,
okay.
So another reason to get a PS5.
Oh,
let's go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This the DC game, Spider-Man 2. Can we get that? But no, I'm excited for this. I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan, and I'm curious to see what they do with this. I'm excited to see what comes with it. So, all right, Dad, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big gamer myself.
Yeah. I mean, there's some games that you're willing to play, like the Ghostbusters game we're willing to play at some point, and the Evil Dead game.
Yeah, there's some of those things. I mean, but I don't play hours on end because it bores me after a while.
No.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, if you ever get the game, yeah. I really have no thoughts on it. Don't know.
Yeah. For sure. That's going to be really curious to see. But the next one is going to be more of not a debate, but just a bit of a conversation. And that's going to be, were people being too harsh on Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I think that this is very true. And I don't think that the MCU should have gone the hate that it got. I think that it's something that the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs because they're in a rebuilding phase. If you remember, Endgame happens. Like, yeah, sure, we did get an epilogue in Far From Home, but as soon as we hit WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier and Loki and Black Widow and stuff, they've kind of hit the reset button, and so they're building up new characters and old characters with like Spider-Man and Shang-Chi and Eternals and that sort of stuff. So I think that it was a good direction to go. They experiment stuff like having sitcoms like Ally McBeal and stuff in the MCU. They had like normal action adventures. They had some like magic ones and stuff. So I thought it was a decent direction to go for after this epic story in the Infinity Saga. So, Dad, thoughts on Phase 4?
I thought Phase 4 was alright. There was a few dodgy parts to it, I think. Like, old mate, who played Captain America, was it Kurt Russell's son? In the TV series. Well, it was on Disney.
Falcon Winter Soldier, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know, I thought he was a bit dodgy. But,
yeah.
But, I mean, but even that Jeremy Renner, though, like someone was saying to me the other day that they don't know how much acting he's going to do after he had that accident with the snowplow and he broke about 30 bones in his body.
Yeah, well, the weird thing is that he has a new Disney Plus series coming out, though.
What is it?
Like, it's literally called Renovations.
What's it about?
So, Renner, as in his last name, Renovations.
Yeah.
So it's him literally, like, renovating homes and stuff.
Well, that might be, but he's not doing stunts and stuff like that. It might be a bit different.
No, but you would think that that's a pretty dangerous thing after your freaking bones have crumbled.
Oh, maybe, but, I mean, that'll be, it's not as, I suppose, demanding on your body like some of this acting is where they do some of their stunts themselves. I don't know if Jeremy Renner has done all of his stunts himself.
I mean, I guess what you could do is probably do we're going to get to this next, don't change the slide yet, but we're going to get to this next. They deepfake someone in Shazam Fury of the Gods. You could literally deepfake the stuntman to look like Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, no, you can, and that happens.
You could easily do that, and not de-age. That won't look like Jeremy Renner, but just deepfake Jeremy Renner onto the stuntman, and as long as you get someone that looks like Jeremy Renner, then deepfake him on for the action scenes. I think that there is a way to do it. Yeah.
Oh, look, I think Phase 4 was fine. I enjoyed most of it. There was, as I said, there was a few dodgy characters.
But I don't think any of the movies and shows were dodgy themselves.
I thought the dodgy shows. I like the Winter Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
So, yeah, I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
That although it was Kurt Russell, the guy who played.
Yeah, that
Cap,
was kind of.
He was a bit odd, but I didn't necessarily like the Loki. I thought was just a bit bizarre.
Well, that one connects into Quantumania, so that was good that we saw that because then when you watch Quantumania, like, oh, this actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So. No.
But over that, I mean, other than that, yeah, it's all been pretty good.
Because I didn't mind She-Hulk. I don't get why people hate She-Hulk. That's a bit bizarre to me. I like Love and Thunder. That one gets a bad rap, really badly, and I don't think it deserves all the bad rap. I think that Taika Waititi did a great job once again. Like, yeah, sure, you can debate if it's as good as Ragnarok or not, but I think it's just one of those things where it's just you need to kind of expected that humor. You can't just go like, oh, like there's some YouTubers that reacted to the trailer and was like, oh, this one's probably going to be the best Thor movie. Taika Waititi's coming back. It's going to bring the humor back, and then you see their reviews and it's just like, oh, I'm sick of the Taika Waititi shtick at this point. It's just like, then why the hell were you excited for when the trailer came out then?
Yeah, I think sometimes they overdo these, Jack. That's the problem. And they smash them out all the time. I mean, I don't mind a good superhero movie, but have we had too many of them? I don't know.
Like, sure, but that's a different argument.
And because there's different franchises, like you've got DC and you've got Marvel, and they compete against each other. Now you've got James Gunn going to DC. Yep, they'll probably pick up their ratings, and people will love the DC movies. But
you could debate the same, like, you could also debate with, like, not just Marvel and DC, but you could also put Ninja Turtles and Transformers and crap into that category.
Yeah, maybe, but they're not all the time, though. They're not all the time. You know, if it's a Marvel movie coming out, then it'll be a DC movie. Then it'll be another Marvel. Yeah, you might throw in a Transformer movie, but they're not as regular. You know, they're...
Well, yeah, I guess. It's just one of those things where it's like... Because people don't like Multiverse of Madness and Love and Thunder, and those are the two that I'm just like...
I didn't mind them. They were fine.
Because it's like, why the hell were you excited when the trailer came out? When you know that too many movies are coming out, then why were you excited for the trailer came out and then you're sick of the stick that Taika Waititi does with the movie? That's kind of...
Yeah. I mean, have a look at Star Wars, for example. Yep. You got... Back when I was a kid, you had the first three. Then they came out with the prequels later on, like a lot later on. And now
90s,
they've done
90s,
those. They've done those.
But even then, you can argue if they were cranking them out, because those, especially Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, you could argue that those two, because those were like the early 2000s, and then you get to 2015, you have Force Awakens, and then
but they're the aside movies. They're
but then you have Rogue One, and then you have Last Jedi, then you go back to Solo, then you go back to Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, but they are.
Then you have all the series.
Yeah, you do, but that started back in the early 80s, Jack, or late 70s, whenever they started. You know, so it's taken a long time.
Yeah, but you could argue in DC too. The DC movie started in like the 60s.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that are we overcooking the superhero at the moment?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of them, and the population love them. The kids love them.
Because like you get the good ones. Like, yeah, sure, you might get you won't get a crap one in my opinion, but you'll get one that's less good than the other. But it's not. Back onto a topic that yesterday me and Dad had an opportunity to see Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and I'm very excited to do this conversation. I don't know how long this review is going to be, but we are going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that that they talked about in interviews and some of the stuff that they have done in the movie itself. This will be our spoiler review because I kid you not, I did a non-spoiler review on my channel, which you can go look at. I was going to do a live stream or something, but I was like, might as well, since I'm probably going to take Dad to this movie anyway, and I would want to see it again. I'll do it on the podcast. So, you have your warning. Spoiler. So, this movie, I actually really liked this movie. I don't think it was as good as the first one, but I think that there was a lot of stuff in this movie that they do a great job with. Dad, overall thoughts of Shazam! Fury of Gods?
Yeah, no, I thought it was all right. They are known as the useless superheroes, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
I can't remember what they called them in the movie now,
but it's something with
I can't remember. But yeah, they do run a bit of a muck and stuff it right off sometimes.
Yeah, it's one of the things too, because again, spoilers. So, I think the thing with because. Now, I guess we can start here. When they killed Billy Batson, the first time I saw this movie, I was like, WTF? What are you doing? This is not what I wanted from a Shazam movie.
This is right at the end of this one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
where they kill him off. And I was like, what the hell? Because, I even thought what Freddy was saying, I was like, he's going to pretend to be dead and then be like, you stupid idiot, and laugh.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah. But he did, really, at the end.
But then when we go to the end and they're having the funeral, I'm like, really? And Luke's like, he's way dead. And I'm like, Luke, I'm holding out hope. I think he's going to be alive. And then, so, sure enough, when they explain the whole thing that... the wizard, which was bloody hilarious in this movie. We'll talk about him in a minute, but this is the first time I really want to talk about it because I think it's interesting. And he explains that there's no more gods in the world, and then you hear voice going like, there is one, and then you hear the Wonder Woman theme, and then you see the boots, and then you pan up Wonder Woman, and she's there. That shocks me the first time, but I did see that spot for me in a TV spot, but I didn't know whereabouts in the movie it would have, where they were fit. I don't know if it was going to be not a flashback, but a dream, or it was going to be some throwaway thing. But this one was actually pretty important to the story of this movie, so I think... Because the way that they used Wonder Woman, I think was really, really good. I think it was good for having Wonder Woman there and having her do something, because sometimes you do get people complaining of if there's other people in the universe, how come they're not helping? If they're not doing other stuff.
Yep.
So the fact that they addressed that, I thought was really, really good. But my only complaint about, because I actually really do like the scene, I thought the scene's beautiful, and the fact that they used the music and the fact that they bring back Shazam and the gags that they do with that with Wonder Woman is great. But the only thing that I found my problem with is that they bloody deep faked Gal's face. And the first time I saw it, I didn't notice that. It wasn't that distracting on the second watch, but the fact that you saw the behind-the-scenes photo of this woman...
I was going to say, so you've seen behind the scenes, so I didn't actually notice it.
Yeah, because, when you see the behind-the-scenes photos, you're like, wow, that's...
Well, don't watch behind the scenes then, Jack.
Simple. No, but I saw it the first time I saw it after I saw the movie for the first time.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I didn't notice that. And then when you said it yesterday, I went, right, didn't notice that.
Yeah, because, because people do say that's not great. I'm like, it's actually done pretty well for a deep.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, as I've always said, I don't look at the movies that deeply. It's whether I enjoy them or not. And I enjoyed that one yesterday. I thought it was a good movie.
Because, the fact that she literally shows up and then does that whole gag with Shazam of hey, look, just because you touched me, we're not necessarily related, so... And she's like, stick to saving the world, kid.
Yeah, I turned 18 in 3 months.
Yeah. And I'm just like... And it's nothing against Gal, or not Gal because it's not even her, but Gal Gadot in general. I don't know what it is. She's American. What's with her accent? We talked about this last night. What is up with the accent?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is she American? I don't know.
I am going to research that because I am so confused by this. I can't move that, but hold on. Gal Gadot. But yeah, Dad, any spoilers that you want to go into specifically?
I did like the way the unicorns came.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Taste the rainbow, motherfucker.
Yeah, right, eh?
That was the real line that they said. But no, I think that, and well, speaking of Wonder Woman, that first scene that you see Wonder Woman, they do the whole thing like they did with Henry Cavill in the first one, where they hide like his face, maybe because of the restrictions with the studio and the actor. But I think that the thing is with the first one.
There you go. She's an Israeli actress and model. So she's from the Middle East. She's Middle Eastern.
Okay, because I couldn't find anything on Google. But okay, so that makes sense with the accent. I thought that she was American for some weird reason.
Yeah, no, she's so she probably lives in America now, but
yeah,
she's Israeli.
Yeah, there's something about that just threw me off a bit. But no, I think that the first scene that you see Wonder Woman and they do the throwback to Henry Cavill in the first one, I'm first like, really? They weren't able to get Gal Gadot for this movie? But the payoff to that joke, where the wizard goes like, Billy Batson, and then you see him with his beard and his boy hair on the bloody Wonder Woman outfit. That was kind of funny to me. I don't know what it was, because the first time I saw it, me and Luke just kind of looked over each other and was like, that's bloody awkward, but that's actually also kind of funny.
Is that when his head was on her body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like...
I wasn't expecting that.
I was like, what is up with that? Because as soon as you saw it, it's like...
Well, that's because he was dreaming of...
Yeah, because it's like,
Wonder Woman.
I'm really impressed. The beautiful restaurant, the nice food, but I'm just not willing to commit. And then she just steps up and then just turns back. It's like, wait. And then he bloody gives this rundown of why, and then just turns around and it's just like, can I kiss you? And she turns around, still has the black face, very much like Superman, how they were hiding Superman's face.
Well, you can't see their face, they're out of shot until he...
Well, yeah, and then until he was actually trying to kiss her and getting closer and closer, like him to the mic, and then you just see the wizard go, Billy Batson! Ah! It's just like, what? It's just like, he has that powers? I didn't realize that he has those powers, but sure. And then, but I think because, again, the things about the first one carry over into this one. You have great family dynamics. You have the scene on the bridge I thought was great.
Yeah, that's where they ran amok.
Yeah, you show them their different abilities again, but also them working as a team, very similar. It kind of reminded me, in a way, of what they would do with the Avengers or something.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have let the bridge collapse.
No, that was when he literally said, I did not expect this the first time. Because, I don't think I laughed at that joke the first time, but I don't think it was until the second time that I realised that, I knew it collapsed, but I thought it was some other joke that I didn't get. But the fact that he was like, it was like, alright team, circle up! And then you see them all run over and Freddy slides back and turns around, and then Zachary Levi's just like, alright guys, we have one job. We keep this bridge from collapsing.
And then the
next
shot,
the bridge is going to collapse. I'm like, what? You set that up to like.
That was funny though.
I'm like, what the hell? And then the fact that Freddy is the person getting interviewed, I'm like, Jesus. And even the bit where, even the bit on the bridge, where where Freddy's talking to the two girls, and he's like,
oh yeah, he's my sidekick.
Yeah, he's my sidekick, Captain Every Power Jr. And Zachary Lawrence is like, hey, Junior.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the hell? I thought that I'm going to repeat some spoiler versions of what I said in my normal review, but I thought that Rachel Zegler's character was pretty good. I thought that she was one of the best new characters in that movie.
Which one was that? Was that the younger sister?
And yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that she was really good. Normally, I think, even though I was sure that she was really good and she was my favourite sister out of all three of them, I thought that she's normally Oscar level performance in a lot of shows, but I don't know if it's the direction or the writing, but they didn't feel like Oscar level acting. But that was probably just the writing or the directing that David F. Sandberg wanted to direct her with, which made sense, and I liked how she was kind of between the good side and the bad side, trying to help Freddy get out, and Freddy was trying to help her not get defeated by a dragon that's only 6 feet higher than them.
Yeah.
But I thought that Helen Mirren was also really good in that movie.
Yeah, she played a good part. She can be quite evil when she wants to be. Yeah. So can that Lucy Liu.
Yeah, Lucy Liu was quite good. I haven't seen anything with Lucy Liu, really. I have both Charlie's Angels movies, but I haven't seen those. I haven't seen Kill Bill. So I want to check those out for her now. But the fact that they throw a reference to Fast and Furious at Helen Mirren made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because the fact that she's in Fast and Furious kind of makes me crack up. And I like how it was even a call to the Shazam Elite, not just like some random reference. I like how it was basically like their go signal to get the Shazam family down to basically attack the sisters. I was like, I've seen all the Fast and Furious, lady.
Yeah,
it's like, right. And they're all about family. It's like, guys,
that was the sign.
That was the signal. We practiced this like 5 times. Down the ground. That was hilarious to me, and I thought that a lot of the stuff, obviously between Jack Dylan Grazer and Rachel Zegler, were really good, and I think that. Now I do see this complaint. I might as well address it here because Dad, I want to get his thoughts on it. Now, I have seen every review I hear from this movie is that they feel like that Asher Angel wasn't in a lot of the movie.
Who's that?
Which I kind of get. Billy Batson.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. It was like, mainly old mate.
Yeah,
Shazam.
It was mainly Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's not really called Billy Batson. It is called Shazam, so I get why you would want to use Zachary Levi with his comedic chops. But the other thing too is that I've seen that apparently Zachary Levi is acting more like a 5-year-old than a 17-year-old. I don't think I would go that young.
No, but you're talking about with his humour. I think
just in general, because it's like that whole bit with the meeting, everyone is doing other things, and he's just complaining and that sort of crap. It's like, well, he's not acting like a 5-year-old. He's acting like someone that, like, I've acted like that in situations when no one was paying attention.
Oh yeah,
that's just how someone like that would act.
Yeah, true. Oh no, I think
because like
it was fine.
I think that Zachary Levi, he's one of my favourite actors, and I've grown up with Zachary Levi since Tangled and The Squeakle. So the fact that if you would have told me that the guy that ends up pushing an old lady down the stairs in the squeakle would end up playing Shazam in one of the best movies in the DC universe, I would have been like, no, that's not true. You're obviously...
That's just how goofy he is, though.
Well, exactly, because like, even when you watch the squeakle, you're like... Because, like, oh man, it's like, what'd you learn, my friends? Then bloody breaks the TV. You're just like, wow, that's kind of shocking. But yeah, no, I think I really like this movie. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. I won't be surprised if I clip all these segments out. If you guys want to watch the whole episode, you guys can, but I'm probably going to clip a segment out for each trailer and each news bit and the review and stuff, so you guys can just kind of select on the segments and stuff. But I think it is going to be very exciting to next episode, because I am excited to see what we do for next episode, whether we film an episode after Evil Dead Rise comes out and we talk about, like, I'll probably review Mario by myself if Dad doesn't want to see it. I'll probably review Mario, then we'll both review Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always.
Can't wait.
Yeah, right. It's going to be really good. And then we'll probably review Evil Dead Rise, because I am going to keep an eye out on the reviews I'm doing, because I am going to review all the Evil Deads leading up to Evil Dead Rise. I won't do the show, but I am going to review the show at some point, because I heard that the show is really good, with Bruce Campbell and stuff. So a lot of stuff, a lot of reviews. The podcast is going to be monthly, so I am going to plan in advance of what movie reviews we're going to do. And some of the stuff I'm going to rearrange to different scripts and stuff, but just I am going to try and make sure that the news that drops that month, we make sure it's at that episode. So if you guys want to, if there's any topics that you want us to do, like if you guys want us to do like a Q&A episode, or you want us to do like a I have an idea for an episode that might take not like a long time, but it will take a little bit, because I want to split up into 4 parts of Marvel movies versus DC movies, where we might have because the idea there is basically just the Flash versus, I don't know, just spinning out myself here, Flash versus No Way Home, and we kind of talk about our feelings on those movies, or we debate on what movie's better or whatever. So that's a plan for an episode. But if you guys want Q&A, or you can't want an episode of us just talking about stuff, let us know. If you have any questions, we can add a question segment to the end of the episode. We'll be very honored to do that. So guys, please just make sure that you check out on all the platforms. And Dad, where can people find you with your stuff?
I'm currently just doing a small podcast called Planet Tamworth, but it's pretty Tamworth centric at the moment. So looking to get into some other stuff, but as stuff progresses, I'll let the news out. For sure.
Dad's gonna be doing that. How many episodes you're on? Like 12?
13. I did one the other night. I interviewed Kate McGrath, who was the Labor candidate for the seat of Tamworth. Kate McGrath. Not yet. But unfortunately, Kate, she went all right, but she didn't win. Our local member for the Nationals won. But I think the Labor Party increased their vote up in this area, which was, I think, good to see. But yeah, so just doing the Planet Tamworth podcast. Yeah, I've got some other things I'm thinking about, but it all comes down to time at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And this is going to come to time too, but the plan is to get one every month, not every week, because that's too much time and we don't have a lot of time. Well, I do, but Dad and Mum don't apparently, in air quotes. But no, I am going to continue this. Dad's going to be on every episode controlling the slideshow at the back.
I'll be the sound guy.
Yes, he'll do the sound. I'm just basically reporting all the stuff, and Dad's going to be here every episode chatting. Maybe we might get a third person if they want to do some stuff, if we were going to get a different perspective. But we just need to figure out what sort of guests we want on it first. But yeah, no. So guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Also the little bell icon to get notified of future videos I make. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Okay, see ya.